Johny Got His Gun is a movie made in 1971 by Dalton Trumbos and is based on a book with the same name. And the person that wrote this book is Dalton Trumbos, the director himself. Some people might even recognize the imagery of the movie, as it's used in the music video for the song One by Metallica. But if you haven't seen the music video, then I would say don't watch it yet if you haven't seen the film, as the music video spoils the movie. But otherwise, it's a great song and a band, so check them out, by the way. Anyway, so the movie's an anti-war movie, and it's an effective one too. It's about an American soldier named Joe during World War I. To sum it up quickly, he is hit by a mortar shell, but he survives it. Problem is, he's lost both his legs, both arms, lost his hearing, sense of smell, his eyes and mouth, all of it gone. The only sense he's got left is his sense of being able to feel. And as they put it in the movie, he's just a living piece of meat. So the scientists and doctors keep him alive and hidden from the public so they can study this very weird position he's in. So we follow him through this, by hearing his thoughts and how he tries to reason with himself and what's going on around him. We delve deep into his memories, on his past and why he joined the war. We see his dreams. It's well done by giving us a contrast by having his dreams and flashbacks in color and the reality in black and white. Through his dreams and flashbacks, there are some great and effective scenes. For example, in one dream, he speaks to Jesus, begging him to help him from his misery.
And I yell. And the yell wakes me up. And then I know that it's a dream. So, what you have to do is yell.
But you see, I can't yell. I can't even whisper.
Well, whispering wouldn't help anyhow. Another way is just to tell yourself, wait a minute here. This is a nightmare, and I have to wake up in order to stop it. Then just force your eyes open, and the dream will be gone.
Oh, I can't open my eyes. I haven't got any.
Well, that complicates things. Maybe the thing to do is police your mind before you go to sleep. Say to yourself, I'm going to sleep now, and I'm not going to have any nightmares. Could be done, you know, with practice. You feel yourself getting drowsy?
I never feel drowsy. I haven't got anything to feel drowsy with.
Nothing? Maybe we should take a different line of attack altogether. Let us begin by assuming that everything is a dream, which, by and large, it is. When we're awake, we have one kind of dream. When we're asleep, we have another. The difference is that we control our daydreams, and the dream that comes at night controls us. Now think about that. When you dream that the rat is there, do you control the dream? Or does the dream control you?
It controls me.
Yes, exactly. If the rat were really there, you'd knock it off, wouldn't you?
Of course.
So the fact that you don't knock it off proves that it really is a dream.
Yes. Yes, No, it doesn't work. Even if the rat was real, I couldn't knock it off because I haven't got any arms.
No arms.
I haven't got anything. I'm just like a piece of meat that keeps on living.
Since your real life is a greater nightmare than your dreams, it would be cruel to pretend that anyone could help you. What you need is a miracle.
No, not a miracle. Just tell me that the rat is real, and the way I am now is the dream.
Perhaps it would be better for you to go away now. You're a very unlucky young man, and sometimes it rubs off.
I'll go, but first tell me just one thing. Are you and I really here together? Or is this a dream, too?
It's a dream.
How do you know?
Because I'm a dream.
I don't believe you.
Nobody does. That's why I'm as unreal as every other dream that didn't come true.
But even Jesus can't help him, as his fate is unthinkable and horrible even for him. Another great scene is a flashback when he was a kid, talking with his father about war and democracy, and the high price of it.
I may not be unusual now, but I'm going to be.
Of course you are. Gonna make the world safe for democracy, aren't you?
What is democracy?
Well, I was never very clear on it myself. Like every other kind of government, it's got something to do with young men killing each other, I believe.
Why don't old men kill each other?
Well, the old men are needed to keep the home fires burning.
Couldn't the young men do that just as well?
Young men don't have homes. That's why they must go out and kill each other.
When it comes my turn, will you want me to go?
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
I wouldn't.
I won't be here to stop it, Joe. Put your arms around me. I need their warmth to keep the chill of death away.
I can't.
Please.
No!
I guess it always comes down to that. Each man faces death by himself.
Throughout the movie, we're trapped in his thoughts. It's a slow movie, and he hasn't aged well. Some scenes are not so good, and some dialogues could have been different, and some acting also a bit stiff. But there are some great scenes that make up for it. There's a lot to take from the movie. Almost every scene could be analyzed. But the movie is about the horrors of war, and how our society is affected by it, and how the higher-ups want to hide that from us, to paint a lighter picture of war. But the best way to define this movie is how it's defined in the book itself. And here we have Donald Sutherland reading that part.
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
That was it. He understood it now. He had told them his secret. And in denying him, they had told him theirs. He was the future. He was a perfect picture of the future, and they were afraid to let anyone see what the future was like. Already they were looking ahead. They were figuring the future, and somewhere in the future they saw war. To fight that war, they would need men. And if men saw the future, they wouldn't fight. So they were masking the future. They were keeping the future a soft, quiet, deadly secret. They knew that if all the little people, all the little guys saw the future, they would begin to ask questions. They would ask questions and they would find answers, and they would say to the guys who wanted them to fight, they would say, "You lying, thieving sons of bitches, we won't fight. We won't be dead. We will live. We are the world. We are the future. And we won't let you butcher us, no matter what you say, no matter what speeches you make, no matter what slogans you write. Remember it well. We are the world. We are what makes it go round. We make bread and cloth and guns. We are the hub of the wheel and the spokes and the wheel itself. And without us, you would be hungry, naked worms, and we will not die. It will not be us who die. It will be you. It will be you. You who urge us on to battle. You who incite us against ourselves. You who would have one cobbler kill another cobbler. You who would have one man who works kill another man who works. You who would have one human being who wants only to live kill another human being who wants only to live.
If you tell us to make the world safe for democracy, we will take you seriously, and by God and by Christ, we will make it so. Make no mistake of it. We will live. We will be alive, and we will walk and talk and eat and sing and laugh and feel and love and bear our children in tranquility, in security, in decency, in peace.
The movie also ends on a very effective message. Without spoiling anything, it ends with a text saying, "War dead since 1914, over 80 million. Missing or mutilated, over 150 million. And beneath the statistics, it's a saying, which is very ironic, which is a line from the Roman lyrical poet Horatius' Odes, which is also used in anti-war poet Wilfred Owen's poem of the same name. It can be translated into English in these ways. It's sweet and fitting to die for one's country. But in the movie's case, he didn't die in battle. He survived it. And now he's experiencing a fate no one can imagine. A fate worse than death.